Bagaimana tanggapan warga New York ketika pemimpin mereka adalah seorang Muslim di tengah hiruk-pikuk kota yang tidak pernah tidur? Apakah banyak warga yang akan berkata, selama ia jujur, tulus, dan bekerja untuk kami menerima. Sedangkan New York adalah rumah bagi jutaan perbedaan, dan di sini harapan selalu lebih besar dari prasangka. Karena ternyata pada akhirnya yang mereka inginkan hanyalah satu, yaitu pemimpin yang benar-benar peduli.
I don't think a Muslim should be mayor of New York City.
Why shouldn't a Muslim be mayor?
It would go against everything we stand for.
What do we stand for?
Israel.
What does Israel stand for?
I would say a good way of life.
Muslims don't have a good way of life.
No.
Okay, can you describe the Israeli way of life?
I would say that's actually nurturing and wholesome, I would say.
Israelis are nurturing and wholesome?
You can live. Yeah, I would say that that's the way it is, yeah.
Well, they are constantly at war. For peaceful people, they're kind of always bombing.
I know. But I just believe what I believe, guys.
No, you can have your beliefs. What makes the Muslim way of life un-American?
Because I would say that the Jewish people did not kill my friends on 9/11. The Muslims did.
So Mom Donnie is allowing for another 9/11 to happen.
That's exactly what I believe.
You as a Jew, how do you feel about potentially having the first Muslim mayor here in New York City?
It's not about the Muslim mayor. It's about what his policies are.
Yeah, what do you think about his policies and him not?
Very bad.
And what do you think about him not declining or saying no to the globalizing the Antifada?
That's very bad. Even the worst thing that can even be said.
And who are you voting for?
I'm voting for Como.
You as a Jew, how do you feel about potentially having the first Muslim mayor here in New York City?
Whatever, if it's a good mayor, it's a good mayor.
Mm-hmm. Should people not look at the religion or race for the...
Never. You go to a doctor, do you look if it's a Jewish doctor or a Christian or Muslim? Do you look?
No, I do not.
That's it. You just
And
answer.
so why do you think in the news and stuff they're making it out to be a big thing that he's a Muslim? Or...
It's not because he's a Muslim, because he was against, he never said nothing against Hamas, that's why. Nothing to do if he's a Muslim or Jew or he's a Christian.
So do you think Jews should be worried about him winning?
Yes, I think so.
Will you be voting for Adams if he runs again?
Whoever is the best one, I don't care who is the guy. As long as it's good for my safety and the safety of my city, that's it. It's good for business, good for everything. I'm not looking for chaos.
Assalamu alaikum. How are y'all doing today? I want to come on here and talk about how do Muslims feel about the new mayor of New York. He'll be coming in January, sworn in. And as a Muslim, I do believe that he support LGBT and things that go against Islamic principle or go against Islamic law. I see that the Republicans going to eat him up, okay, the whole term. But as a Muslim, they have always said that we should not engage in politics in America because therefore we are forced to do things that is against Islamic ruling. We have to obey by the laws of the land which we live in, but does not mean that we have to be a politician and get involved with politics in America. And these are the same Arab descent or Pakistani Arab descent always tell us as African Americans or Muslims in America that we should not engage in voting. We should not engage in the laws of this land. They encourage us as new reverts and Muslims to not work. They push all these narratives that a wife should stay home and she should not go out and work or do any education. But these are the same men whose wives are doctors and nurses and urologists and all these things, okay? They push the narrative for women or Muslim women to stay home, but their own women don't stay home. Their own women are educated. Some imams here have like $500,000 homes. They drive in Teslas, okay? While some of these imams are pushing the narrative in the Muslim community that it's okay to be struggling in poverty. And poverty is the way to bringing yourself closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I want to know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Or I just feel like that we're kind of been bamboozled in a lot of ways as Muslims and as reverts. But it's okay for them to come here, engage in politics in this country, and to support things that Islam have nothing to do with. I just wanted to talk about that. I mean, I had to speak on that because it befuddles me that here we have a New York mayor who is engaging in politics in America, who have to support things that have nothing to do with Islam. Now, some people say that he's, I don't know what sect he's from, but it doesn't make a difference. Well, it's like one band, one sound. When one Muslim is doing something, or someone of that type of status or whatever, they're going to let him support everything that is against Islam. I want to know what y'all Muslims think about the new mayor-elect, and what, is he going to be beneficial to the Muslim community, or is he going to go by what they want and what they propagate? Okay, or it's, because he is already supporting LGBTQ, which is Islamically, it's against Islam. So this is why we should not engage in politics here in America. Okay, for that reason. And I don't hear any imams or no one speaking about this particular situation, okay? But they will cramp down on a Muslim woman in a minute on something that she's not doing or what she's not supposed to do, okay? Why is it that some of these Arab descents and people from other countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh and Saudi and all of this stuff, that they can dictate what we should not be doing as a Muslim, but when you look into their background or you look into what they have going on, they are not struggling in poverty. I don't know why some Muslims feel like that it's cool to be in poverty and don't have anything. And the closer you are to poverty, the closer you are to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay? Which is really weird to me, that these Arabs and Muslims and, Arab descent or will come here in this country and engage in politics, but they'll tell you don't vote. They'll come here and say don't get a mortgage, but they're living in the $500,000 homes. Don't get a car note, but they're driving Teslas and BMWs and Mercedes Benz. Okay, they'll encourage you, the new revert, the Muslim woman, your wife should not work. Your wife should not work. She should be home. But their wives are out there working as doctors and lawyers and pediatricians and dentists, okay? Tell me why we have not woke up to the bamboozle of some of these Muslim brothers, okay? I can't understand that. And someone can comment below if they would like. I just want to hear y'all thinking about this. Even open up a room. I plan to open up a room between now and this weekend to talk about that, because we don't want to address things as in our face. I believe that some of these Muslims are playing in our faces. Okay, they want us to be in poverty and struggling, but they'll come here to this country, okay, and get everything that our ancestors fought for. Our ancestors built this country. I just want to say that. Now, I don't want to be like, the bad person, the mean girl, or I don't want to be the one who bring out the light, but could y'all tell me that, please? Thank y'all. Assalamu alaikum.